I've never quite seen anything like this. It's definitely a rock. So now I'm actually going to enter the 40-acre rock. I'm going to get right in this thing. Ouch. Shit. Ouch. So it's just a big, giant rock that may or may not have been a meteor from 1 million or 2 years ago. I have a good feeling about this one. I have a good feeling there's something cool at the end of this path. I think the name of this town is Kershaw, South Carolina. Weird that it's a sand path. I wonder where that comes from. Maybe it has something to do with the 40-acre rock that we're apparently about to witness. And actually, it looks like we're coming up on something here. We've got some sort of rocks in the road. Maybe this is where it starts. Let's see. Yeah, this is just the teaser to get you acquainted with the rock before you actually get to meet it. Let's see here. It looks like we're at something. Maybe if you can imagine that the rock is curving and there's a bunch of dirt sitting in the crevices of the rock, and maybe the trees are growing out of that. But I think what the deal with this place is that it's just basically exactly what the name says, a 40-acre rock. Anyways, let's dive back in. Let me show you around this place. Okay, I'm starting to get it. So you can see I'm basically walking around on a big rock. Like I said, a little bit of research that I did on the internet, people said there were like waterfalls and things like that. It's starting to kind of make sense. So right now I'm pretty sure I'm walking, straight up on the top of a 40-acre rock here. Looks like we've got a nice view up ahead. I've never quite seen anything like this. I didn't really know what to expect. Besides the fact that I knew it was like a giant rock. What does this feel like? I think this is just like moss growing on the rock here. Oh man, I'm getting distracted again because look, it's so cool. There's all these little I love moss, and there's all these little mossy crops here. I guess it's the ideal plant for being on top of a rock. It's definitely a rock. Anyways, the trail continues over here. It's amazing how the sunlight, makes pretty average, kind of boring looking place like this just gives it a whole new layer. It just brings it to life and gives it more and more dimension. Almost like I'm walking through, the middle of crowds of people. This is, I guess, kind of what trees are if you think about it. And then we've got this one lonely little rock sitting out here. Wouldn't that be badass? If 40-acre rock was like an asteroid or something that smashed into the earth and spit little, shattered when it hit the planet and threw little rocks all over the place, but for the most part, stayed intact and just sort of buried itself under the surface. And now, however many millions of years later after that happened, I'm walking around on top of it. Maybe the rock isn't buried under the surface. Maybe the rock's sitting on top of the surface, but it's just so giant that, you know, dirt and all that stuff collects, you know, up in its crevices, and gives these plants and stuff a home. I love that there's moss everywhere. I love that there's moss growing all over the rocks. I love moss, man. It's so soft. It's nature's like finest linen. I don't care what the history says. In my mind, this place was an asteroid that smashed into the earth million or 2 years ago. The cool thing about this place is that I don't know any of the history, and there's no, you know, guidance around here telling me. So I get to create it myself. I get to come up with my own story and let my own imagination run wild while I'm out here. And yeah, I'm definitely going with the, oh, look at the moss loves me too. Let's see if I can just lay it up there. Did you see any of that? I hope so, guys. It was hard. Down there, Ralph? Just being good, watching me, hoping I don't fall. I don't know if that was worth it, coming up on the rock. And the view's pretty cool. You know what? I accomplished getting on top of it, so I'm happy. I'm at least happy about that. That made it worth it. Of course it was worth it. All right. We'll head back up to the trail through here. But this is a cool little, little slip. If a place doesn't have, you know, much in terms of guidance, again, that's when you get to use your own imagination to kind of come up with your own stories while you're out here. My hopes was that this ended back up at the big, like the giant rock face where we started. We've got some cool plants. If you know what these are, identify them in the comments. Because again, I'm terrible at knowing what things are. I feel like I've seen these before though. What really drew me over here was this little gully of rocks. Man, what a cool place. Now I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, if this was a space meteor that smashed into Earth millions of years ago, and it was full of little gummy bear interdimensional travelers, then wouldn't there be, you know, all sorts of crazy alien life growing all over the place here? And I thought about that. And you know what the conclusion I came to was? Look around you. Look at me. Look at you. Look at these trees. Maybe we are the alien life that came out of that meteor that smashed into this planet 1 million or 2 years ago. Nature gives me a lot of creativity. It lets my mind just like burst into what I imagine is, you know, rainbows pouring out of my ears. Because it doesn't matter. That's the key, right? You can dream up any story you want out here. Catch my breath. So we're back on that initial little trail that I saw when I first came in, but I had kept walking forward. So this might be I'm hoping this is like a route back to the 40-acre rock. If you look really close through here, see the pine needles? I'm pretty sure we actually are walking on the giant rock kind of walk around in the open now and see what we can find up here. It's pretty scenic though. It's pretty cool just walking on this giant, what used to be a space meteor. Again, don't hold me to that. That's just the rainbows spilling out my ears again. Oh, look, it's like carved out up there. Yeah. We'll come back and see that part because it looks like these little stairs or something over here. So maybe this will take us down on the lower edge of the 40-acre rock. See, over on this side is the rock face continues, just, you know, flat rock going back up. So right now we're actually walking, you know, we're still on the 40-acre rock. There's a pretty little waterfall thing here. I can hear it. Oh, I can. I'm gonna get my head wet. So now I'm actually gonna enter the 40-acre rock. I'm gonna get right in this thing. I might need to put Ralphie somewhere for this one. Now, you know what? He can come with. He needs to experience this too. Whoa! Oh man. Okay. Well, that was attempt number one. And a pretty massive failure. So let's try it from a different angle. For some reason, I didn't really consider that would be slippery. Oh, wow. Just a little. Why'd you jump down, boy? Come on. I have to pick you up again. Alright, well, that was refreshing. Come on. Get in there. Alright, now we gotta find our way into this rock. Without slipping. Okay. I got it. I'm in. Whoa. Let me turn around so you can see this place. It says, "Hey Rizzo." Oh man. The thumbnail's definitely gonna be in here somewhere. Hold on. What a cool little cave. Holy. Can you imagine if I hadn't come down here? I don't have any light. Let me see if it helps if I light this up. Not really, huh? See it? Right into the back, and it doesn't go any further than this. Why didn't I read about that on the internet? The awesome cave at the end. It probably was out there. I must have just skipped past it. Okay, now we gotta get back down without breaking our head on the rock when I land, because it's gonna be slippery on the rocks down there. All right. Camera out first. Shimmy. My wife always is saying shooey, 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 shooey. And that's what I'm imagining right now. As I'm shimmying out. Here, boy. Okay. All right. I mean, I got to go in. I got to go in the rock. Oh. I mean, man. Let me go back down here in front of this for my little speech of amazement. Because it's such a cool spot I just found. There's lots of amazing things on Earth. And I've seen pictures and stuff on the internet, so I know that there's places on Earth that really do feel like an alien planet, that will blow your mind. But for someone like me that's just starting to explore in the area, or around where I live, I've got basically one type of environment, and things just keep getting better and better. I just keep discovering little hidden nuggets, little hidden gems, like this 40-acre rock here. I don't know. Earth just keeps surprising me with something new. It feels like every day sometimes. That was the hole into the 40-acre rock that we just got to experience. Okay. Ouch. Shit. Ouch. Hold on, I lost my thing. I lost my wide angle lens. I have to go back up and find it. It hit the ground and popped off my camera. God, I should have remembered that rock was slippery. Well, I've looked around everywhere, and I think I've sacrificed my wide angle lens to the 40-acre rock here. So I'll be coming at you in normal angle now, rather than wide angle. But the artist in me, the perfectionist in me, is already hating that the rest of this video has to be in regular angle instead of wide angle. But you know what? I got greedy at the end there. I was going back up for another hair soaking, and my elbow took the brunt of the fall instead of the camera, even though it was the camera arm. I got lucky there that I didn't destroy my camera. I'll be thankful for that one. And I still say it was worth it. It was worth it to enter you, 40-acre rock. You can't just enter a majestic rock like this and not give it something in return. I'm trying to be so careful on these rocks for that fall. Well, I'll be damned, guys. Again, it's not the massive mountain waterfall, but it's something. It's definitely something. It's peaceful and beautiful. I would love to take a sip of it. This looks like something you'd want to drink. But instead, it is cool. Little painted rock in there. Can you see that? I'm still a little bummed that I lost my wide angle lens for the camera here, but to be honest with you, I haven't had to think about it one time. So I don't know. It makes me more nimble. Dare I say we may still be walking on the surface of the 40-acre meteor / rock. Wow. Not only are we on a piece of the 40-acre rock, but what a beautiful view back there. The water's just so still and serene. It looks so blue with the light hidden in it. Wow. Okay. Moving forward. I mean, what a variety of different experiences here at this 40-acre rock. Not only do you have the awesome rock that even lets you crawl up inside of it, you got this beautiful, I don't know, just this still, serene, what do you want to call that? I don't know, swampy, lakey, boggy type thing. So we seem to have reached the, like a lower parking area or something like that. I'm hoping that I can find a trail that starts going back up. So I've come to the conclusion that it's not a loop. I guess the trail just ends at that lower lot. So what I'm doing now is I'm making my way back to where I came from. I ran most of the way. Remember this rock face right here. So right here is where we initially came from. Right here. Do you see it? And I never noticed this before, but there's another trail right here that I'm hoping I'm hoping just shoots us right back up to the top of the rock face here. Come on, Ralphie. You must be tired too, buddy. Oh, he's been a trooper. What an adventure this has been. I've never seen something quite like this place. All right, we're back on the top. We're gonna do a quick little explore. Try and see some different angles. And then I guess we'll be done. Again, this space age, sun-kissed moss all over the place. Anyways, so it's just a big giant rock that may or may not have been a meteor from 1 million or 2 years ago that smashed into Earth, cemented itself on our planet, right near where I would eventually live, and later come to explore. It's a bit of a shame that people like write all over the rock and things like that, but the way I see it, nature, defaces itself all the time. Natural fires sweep through, burning everything down. Earthquakes change the look of mountainscapes. So you can look at it in a little bit more positive light by understanding that, the graffiti all over these rocks, well, that's the human influence. Now, would it be better if we, would try a little harder to keep nature beautiful? Yeah. But, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I wonder how everyone would feel if, every piece of graffiti was, what most people would consider amazing art. I wonder if it'd be a different story. Anyways, I'm back on the main road. Home stretch to the car. Let me put that window down. I want to blast some cold air. And I'm going to make my way home and have some dinner. That was 40 Acre Rock. Cool place. In Kershaw, South Carolina. I always keep adding new places to my list that I want to visit. So it's this ever-growing thing. It's starting to feel like I'll never be able to accomplish it. And I've barely even looked outside of where I live. So, in a way, that's so exciting because it just keeps, I imagine it's just going to keep getting better, these explorations. But wherever it is, wherever we end up next, I will see you there.